Hi there, welcome to more burbling. I haven't been on recently or making videos recently for the simple reason that I am in the 2-week period after a very delicate operation on my left eye, hence the patch is still there. However, there may be a surprise for you later. And I haven't been in the most communicative of moods, mainly because of the post-operative period where it's still settling in. I've got pain in the eye and everything else. And to be brutally frank with you, I really didn't feel like doing anything at that particular point in time. However, having said that, a pair of Jehovah's Witnesses did decide that I was going to have to listen to them when they knocked at my door on Wednesday. You can A, imagine my response, B, imagine their response to my response, and C, imagine how fast they actually got out of here. I have also now informed the local Jehovah's Witnesses, and this is something that you can actually do in the UK, that under tort of access, which is an old medieval law, I can actually refuse them and anybody from their organisation the right to access to my property, which I have officially now done. If they come onto my property again, trying to spread their rather dim superstitious method, then I can actually have the police attend and they will then be forced to leave by the police. So it is one of those things that can be done. One of their arguments though on Wednesday was that I'm only an atheist because I hate God. It's a bit silly as an argument goes, that though, isn't it? I am only somebody who disbelieves in something because I hate it. So, by the same token, I must hate Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, I must hate the Tooth Fairy, Jack Frost. The list is actually quite long. But also, by their own logic, and this is the good bit, this is the bit I really do like, excuse me, they must hate every god, but they don't believe it. So they must hate everybody from Ashera, who it's starting to look could have been the consort of Yahweh, and certainly was the consort of El, one of the gods that kind of morphed into the Christian God, all the way through to Zeus. Now, I'm not the kind of person who really does like to dig into semantics, but I've always thought that for you to hate something, that thing would actually have to exist in the first place. If it doesn't exist, how can you hate it? It's that simple. If you don't actually believe something exists, you can't hate it. It's pointless. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of emotional energy anyway. But for them to make the argument that I hate their God because I don't believe in him, then they must actually adhere to the argument that they, by disbelieving in other gods, must hate them and therefore must actually secretly believe in them. Circular logic again. But then again, they're people who believe in a sky fairy. They're people who actually deny real evidence. You expect circular logic. And of course, talking of circular logic and people who deny evidence, Nephilimfree has been back on the internet after his, well, rather strange shenanigans and, well, let's put it this way, his almost, self-inflicted crisis, really. That he's been, well, trying to educate everybody on geology. Now, as a result of this, he's actually managed to attract the attentions of somebody called Rhine Maiden 1. And I'm actually going to give you her link in the crotch bar. And in the words of 43 Ali, if you haven't subscribed to this person, hit yourself, go over there and subscribe to her. Because this woman, who is actually a geologist, has literally provided Nephilimfree with more torn arseholes than you would find at a Tory party conference in Brighton. She is absolutely great. She has also coined the expression honey nut cluster in reference to Nephilimfree, which I think is just so disingenuous that my mind actually flipped when I heard it. So go across there, just subscribe. The woman is brilliant. I am a convert. It is simple as that. I had my little epiphany on the road to Damascus, and it came down to a scientist handing him, again, his arse on a plate. Right. Now, I did actually mention there may be a little bit of a surprise earlier. I'm not being self-indulgent in this. I think I'm allowed to be. Bugger it, why not? It's YouTube. And that is down to this. I did say there was, in fact, going to be a grand unveiling at some point. The reason why the grand unveiling didn't happen earlier is the fact that it was actually a bit of a sight. Did he get it? And at the same time, it was also quite painful, and I wasn't really feeling that communicative. But now, the patch has gone. Now, the eye itself has been reconstructed. The vision is back. I can actually see my own image on the screen on the camera I'm using at the moment. The iris has been reconstructed. I have a permanently focused lens. I am not going to be as pretty as I used to be, but then again I wasn't pretty to begin with, so I'm not particularly worried about that. I haven't really lost much there. Currently I'm suffering from something called diplopia, which is double vision. That's because, as you can probably see, the eye is slightly higher than the other eye, and it's giving me two separate images. That is going to be the result of the result is there will be another operation in the future, probably to correct that by attacking the inferior orbit muscles underneath the eye that actually pull the eye down. Considering that 6 weeks ago I was hit in the face by a crossbow quarrel, I would say the result is bloody excellent. And that, for all the teabaggers out there, is the result of the National Health Service. A bunch of very, very, very dedicated and highly professional, trained scientists who know exactly what they're doing. Now, I have paid for this. I paid for it through my national insurance, 9% of my salary that goes to actually pay for things like Social Security and the National Health Service. It means that we have a bloody good National Health Service, that I haven't been crippled by medical costs, and I've got my sight back. So, anybody who turns around and says the NHS isn't worth the money is talking out of their arse. And doubtless we can find them a specialist somewhere who will make that change. I have been a success story that happens every day down to the NHS. But just because we hear the occasional horror story doesn't mean to say that socialised medicine is a bad thing, because those horror stories happen with every socialised and private medical system on the planet. We have a good system in this country. It works. Don't badmouth it. Anyway, I am going to finish burbling now, and I'm going to head off, and I shall talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Take care. One thing I did forget to mention, and just while I'm actually editing this video and throwing it all together, I'm going to mention it now. For everybody who actually sent me good wishes just prior to the previous operation, and since the previous operation and everything else while this has been going through, I just want to say thank you very, very, very much. Being an atheist, I don't think they're ever going to have any kind of special effect on the outcome of things, but they did make me feel a lot better. And so, again, thanks a lot for that. You don't know how much I appreciated that. Tonight, I'm going to a barbecue, and because I'm not on antibiotics or anything silly like that, I'm actually going to have a beer for the first time in 6 weeks. Me and Roaring Meg are going to reacquaint ourselves. And if you're really lucky, I might actually video me falling over. Talk to you later. Take care.